Can you tell us a little bit about how you came to have a Christian faith?
I grew up in a Christian family. Both my parents are very involved with church, and I've always sort of gone along to Christian things. And I went to a Church of England primary school, and while going to that primary school I ended up joining the choir there, and through years of singing music I really came to understand more about who God was. On this Sunday we were singing Amazing Grace, and I was looking up at the stained glass window of Jesus on the cross, and the light was shining through, and I think we just got to to this line that was like, that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost but now I'm found. And I think I just had like this moment where I really discovered that it was true, and I was like, whoa, this really is true, and this is true for me. And it was such a pivotal turning point in my life, because all the things that I thought I was just doing out of routine, out of habit, it made me realise that there was so much more to it, and there was so much more of Jesus to know.
If you'd like to say a little bit about why you got into medicine.
If we think to the parable of the sheep and the goats, and about Jesus talking about what you did for the least of my brethren, you did it for me. And in medicine, the way that we care for people, the way that in people's most vulnerable state, medicine is one of the most powerful ways to be the hands and feet of Jesus.
How did you end up getting involved with CMF in the first place?
In my first year at medical school at Nottingham, they were having a pudding party, and I went along to someone's house, and that was where I first learned about CMF. Essentially it was just like loads of cakes, donuts, ice cream, every treat under the sun. Different medical students from different years who prior to that I actually hadn't really met many of them before, and we would just all chat about being Christians and what it means to be a medical student as well, and how that makes us different. And through that I got more involved at CMF in Nottingham. So in my third year I was the prayer secretary on the committee, and it was just organising prayer meetings and just encouraging a culture of prayer. And through coming along to national conference and meeting more of the student team, I think my name was passed along to someone who might be interested in going on the National Student Council, a council made up of representatives of people at different medical schools across different regions of the country. So there's a London representative, there's someone for the North East, there's someone for Ireland, there's someone for Scotland, somewhere for the Midlands, and essentially it exists to be the student voice at CMF. And then last year I was approached via email to put in an application to become the chair or co-chair, and I put in something and see what happens, and then they got back to me and said that they'd really like to have me, and I was like, hooray! Another aspect of being on the council that I've really enjoyed is working with the amazing staff at CMF. The student team made up of Lawrence, Andrew and Chris are so amazing. Being able to hear from people who have walked out the student journey and are so much further ahead than me, and to see how they're continuing to live with Jesus is such an amazing encouragement. Some of my closest friends I met through CMF. We get connected to all these different people who otherwise I might not meet them, but actually we're the family of Christ, and if we're the family of Christ, then families are meant to come together. And I think CMF is like the grandmother who gathers all the children together to be able to actually interact and enjoy each other's company.